college athletics and, of course, of women's college basketball. She's also going into the Naismith Hall of Fame. Her presenter is going to be Michael Jordan. Jordan will be presenting both Kim Mulkey and Kobe Bryant on that special night for basketball. We'll talk to Coach Mulkey about that coming up at 8:15 this morning. The NCAA ruled on USC and the basketball punishment and violations. Talk about that coming up in the second hour. Yeah, that's right. Nathan Velasquez is in studio. Speaking of in studio, we got a couple of people in the UDL today. We're going to be cooking with confidence. Katie knows a little bit about this. This is Lili Courtney, of course, Lloyd's mom.
Lloyd's mom.
Shout out, Mom.
Yes, Katie is taking the class, so she knows a little bit about it. She's coming in and going to give us some confidence in the kitchen. What's going on today? What's Lili going to do at 8 o'clock?
She's been taking the class my whole life.
She's doing crawfish bread and a hibiscus Moscow Mule. Ooh. And let me tell you a little bit about a Moscow Mule. I used to like Moscow Mules, and I haven't had one.
What is a Moscow Mule?
There's ginger beer in it.
Okay.
Ginger beer, vodka, and she's doing a little hibiscus simple syrup and a little mint leaf. Okay. So get yourself ready.
Friday.
I was in Starkville like 6 or 7 years ago and had a night of Moscow Mules. In a very rough morning, and I have not had one since.
Is that true? Everybody.
So I told David, I was like, I'm going to have a Moscow Mule today. And he's like, oh, God, it's time. And I was like, it is time. It is time.
Then we'll knock out bowling, and you'll be back.
Then bowling and Moscow Mules, and then I'm going to be back on my feet, y'all.
What's your drink that got you down, Jordy? Because everybody has one, like you said.
Screwdriver.
That's a brutal one.
Yes. The next morning, the orange juice.
That's a lot of orange juice.
It is.
So can you drink orange juice? Do you drink orange juice?
I can drink orange juice, but just now when I'm drinking, but I rarely do drink. But when I do, I mean, if I have like a mixer, it would never be orange juice just because it's so sweet. I can still taste it.
It's calcified on your teeth.
Yes.
You're like the Dos Equis guy. Is that their brand? I rarely drink, but when I do.
That's right. What's yours?
Oh man, this is a very niche one because me and alcohol, I'm friends with all of them. We're all buddies. But like I had a Firefly like sweet tea alcohol. It's like comes in like the bottle, and I was like, well, this is delicious.
It goes down real easy.
Oh man, the next day my head hurt for probably 48 hours. Like I'm never doing that again.
That's what I used to take to football games.
That's what happens.
A little bit of water.
Dude, you can drink it off the bottle.
Yeah, you can. It tastes like sweet tea. Have you ever had it?
No, I have not.
It tastes like sweet tea.
But even looking at it makes me just like, it makes my head hurt.
Coming up this morning, we're going to talk, obviously, about some big recruiting news for LSU football as they land an enormous commitment on Thursday. We will also talk about that Naismith Hall of Fame with Coach Kim Mulkey coming up at 8:15. Like we talked about, some more college basketball news, as we told you yesterday. Andre Hyatt, Cam Thomas made it official for LSU. Remember, daily, we are presented and brought to you by Go Chevrolet. Online at GEAUXChevrolet.com. You can always get in touch with Lee Carney and Nick Richard down in Laplace, and they got the newest used car lot over here in Baton Rouge on Florida Boulevard. Go Express Sales. So stop in and see them today. They're back in Baton Rouge. If you want to check out what Lee and Nick have going on over at Go Express Sales, they were located on Florida Boulevard, and then of course out in Laplace. With Go Chevrolet, GEAUXChevrolet.com. Everybody on the phone this morning, I don't know if we have anybody on the phone lines, but daily our phone lines are brought to you by Metropolitan Health Group.
Coming in.
Yeah, everybody's in on this rainy day.
In the hail.
It is going to be live in the undisclosed location, but everybody that we talk to on the phones daily is brought to you by Metropolitan Health Group. Remember, real doctors, real solutions. Charles Harvey and Jason Ramazan and that crew. In fact, Jason Ramazan is putting a cool trip together for the opener with LSU and UCLA that will be catching you up on some Mr. Fun stuff, some Mr. Fun's travel.
Are we going or
2 spots available? 2. And
that's what's left.
For the stuff that we can trade. That's the business talk on it. So we're gonna see what we can do.
Luckily, I have my mother coming in studio, so maybe that's a trade.
We'll see. We'll see what's negotiable. And then of course our coffee daily brought to you locally brewed Majestic Coffee down here in South Louisiana. You can see Majestic there on social media, but locally brewed. Down here in South Louisiana, the official coffee of the Jordy Culotta Show. One thing that we also want to promote before we get into today's show that we've kind of dropped the ball on a little bit since talking to Ryan Swallow inside of the studio and was talking about Little Henry and his battle and what he's got going on and the great blood drive that's coming up over in a couple of weeks. I believe it's on May 1st. I'm getting to my talking points. Yeah, coming up on May 1st over at the Our Lady of the Lake main campus with all the money benefiting St. Jude affiliate clinic at Our Lady of the Lake Children's Hospital, with everything going towards our friend Henry Swallow, who is going through his battle right now. We will continue to bring you bullet points and how you can get involved over there. But Ryan said to give out his cell phone number, and we'll put that out throughout today's show.
Are you sure?
On how you can get in touch with him. Yeah. So we will talk to Ryan Swallow again coming up here soon on the Jordy Culotta Show. But we'll put you in contact with Henry Swallow, and of course coming up on May 1st, the blood drive over there. So LSU baseball last night gets a really nice win as junior right-hander Landon Marceau was on fire last night as he was through 7 shutout innings and recorded a career-high 12 strikeouts as LSU got a 5-1 win, a much-needed conference win for LSU after taking 2 of 3 from Kentucky last weekend and getting back home to the box and getting that game in after a wet day. I thought that the weather was going to somehow prohibit what was going on with LSU South Carolina in Game 1. But seeing Landon Marceau last night, I don't know, man. That was one of kind of those night for the ages, it felt like, in watching him deal. I mean, we've seen so many dominant pitching performances through LSU baseball over the past couple of seasons and, over the past years and in the box. And I thought last night was one of those moments for Marceau that will really stand out. He was just dialed in, man. He was locked in. That fastball was giving South Carolina trouble. They couldn't chase and catch the curveball. 12 strikeouts. He was confident. The inning where he gave up the triple and they get the player at home, Travinsky staring down South Carolina's. I mean, I thought that the intensity last night was great inside of the box. And
man, it was like the weather cleared up just for that.
It was, and it was kind of a pretty evening. I mean, it turned out to be a good evening for LSU baseball. Hopefully they'll be able to get that in again tonight.
What time's the game tonight?
It is scheduled for, I think it's 6:30.
I don't know if that's going to happen, y'all.
I don't know. Yeah, it's going to be tough. And tomorrow, too.
I don't know if it's going to happen tomorrow either.
Is it early?
What happens if, this is delayed tonight and tomorrow? How do they finish?
If they can find a window tomorrow, maybe a doubleheader.
Yeah,
it'll be because isn't it supposed to stop at around noon?
I don't know.
Yeah, so I mean, whatever if they can find
by the hour.
If they can find a window where they can get possibly 2 in, maybe you play 2 tomorrow to finish up the series.
They should be good Sunday.
Yeah, well, I think the series is supposed to end tomorrow. I don't know how. Yeah. I don't know how that would work from a schedule standpoint if you give yourself that day of cushion. But I mean, all these games are moved around because of television.
Yeah.
So I mean, television's going to have to accommodate wherever the new time
is. Yeah.
The new time is.
SEC Network,
the Plus.
The Plus, and they have the SEC Network 2. They have that substation just in case anything like this happens. So you can always find it it's a cable channel, and it's just always on standby. So don't ever worry about the SEC and money because they just have a channel just sitting there in case something like this happens. That's
right. So I think that they definitely try to find a way to get this thing played. But last night, I mean, that's what happens when you throw strikes inside of the bunker. Patrick Kimry points out, and a couple of other viewers are talking about, I mean, just, the inconsistency over the last couple of weeks in LSU throwing strikes has really been, that's been what's limited them. I mean, they just, the walks, you can go back to Tennessee with the way that they were walking people, Vanderbilt, just the inability to throw strikes, and now you see what a dominant pitching performance like Landon Marceau did and dealed last night, what it can do for you, man. I mean, just an incredible outing. I think it's one of those I think it's one of those nights. I mean, I think it's one of those nights that you'll remember and kind of talk about with Marceau in his career. He was so highly regarded coming out of New Orleans, and for him to, now be the ace and the frontline guy of the staff, to have a performance like that, you could see it, man. I mean, he was pounding his chest walking into the dugout. That was a great night for him as he threw just over 100 pitches. 107 was his total. 70 of those went for strikes last night. So a very dominant performance for Marceau. As let's see, game 2 here for LSU and South Carolina. Let me get you the
dude. You mentioned the intensity, and I think that was kind of the difference. It looked like LSU was waiting for an outlet. You know, they struggled in SEC play so much that like they got almost in their own heads a little bit after getting swept 2 series in a row. Then Vanderbilt happened, and then just to see them, it looks like they took it seriously. Finally, it looked like they're like, all right, if we don't do it now, we're never gonna do it.
Yeah, 7 o'clock. Go ahead.
Oh no, that's it. I was just like, you mentioned the play at the plate. And, you can see they're ramping up the intensity. They know that this is the time to make a statement.
There was another defensive play that Jordan Thompson made where he dove and stabbed it in the alley, came up and fired across. Morgan picked it out of the dirt for the 3rd out. It was, I mean, you could see the dugout. You could hear the crowd. You could see the way that they were bouncing off the field that they needed last night. They needed that confidence booster, like you said. And it looked like they got it. So 7 o'clock this afternoon is the scheduled start time for South Carolina and LSU in game 2. But as we said, the weather is supposed to be nasty all day again. So whether or not they're going to be able to play that is still yet to be determined.
Looks
we'll see.
Like a sweep then.
Yeah, we'll take it, right? I mean, you take them anywhere you can get them at this point. Remember, daily here on the Jordy Culotta Show, we're brought to you by Johnson and Spillers Dentistry. They're the best, man. Go see Dr. Chad Spillers and Dr. Johnson today. They've got 2 locations. One of them is right here in Baton Rouge. It's located on Perkins Road in between Seagan and Blue Bonnet. But if you're out in Gonzales, if you're out in Prairieville, you can stop in and see them at Prepara Avenue out there. They've been around. Great experience. Remember, you can request an appointment. In fact, book your appointment online at johnsonandspillers.com. They offer everything, whether you need a crown today, you need dentures, you need cosmetic dentistry, you just need a consultation, or maybe you even want some Botox. Johnson and Spillers can help you out here. Get in touch with them online, johnsonspillers.com. Stop in and see Dr. Chad Spillers and Dr. Johnson today and tell them you heard it right here on the Jordy Culotta Show. All right, we got Lili Courtney coming up in 45 minutes. Looking forward to getting some confidence in the kitchen. As some crawfish bread for breakfast sounds fantastic.
Yeah, it does. My stomach growls every day here. Like, I know you hear it, and you act like you don't.
I mean,
over here
mine
growling.
does. Mine does too.
It's
we got
loud.
snacks
I feel like
everywhere.
it's like on the microphone. So this will be nice to have a little breakfast.
How fast do y'all eat when you wake up?
I don't eat.
I don't
You
eat.
Don't eat?
Not in the morning, no.
Really?
We know you eat. We saw it here.
Well, I mean,
saw the repercussions of your actions.
I mean, you do understand what breakfast does for you. I mean, just say the word out loud.
I just
Breakfast.
got
It
up
breaks
and
your
puked.
fast.
I mean,
know,
so you're just
but-
going to keep yourself starving
But
through
I'm
the
not
morning?
starving when I wake up. That's the thing.
Yeah, but your body is.
I'm on so many.
Your body
amphetamines
does
in the
not
morning.
even
it's
know that you're
fine.
up.
It does.
Lloyd's probably does.
Yeah, I'm just.
Or you're just faking it out with faking it out with drugs.
I'm just supplementing myself in different
right.
ways.
I
Limitless
drink
2.
coffee and I put a little milk in there, so that does it.
All right.
I mean, I'll eat if I'm hungry. It's not like I'm starving myself. But
Yeah,
I just
for
am
God's
not
sakes,
like a
Tom
breakfast
Granning, eat the
person.
damn snacks.
Yeah.
Tom, we are eating the snacks.
Yeah,
I mean, that
we
is
are
one
pounding
thing.
some Reese's.
I mean,
We're pounding some booty.
some
We're
Reese's.
pounding some Reese's and some
Almonds
crackers
are
and
disappearing
some almonds.
faster than
Lloyd
we can
did
keep
point
up.
out Lloyd did point something out yesterday. It was pretty funny. It was like, I mean, Tom, I love him, and it was totally our fault because he came in and loaded us up on everything that we suggested. Next time, we do need to get a bottled water order. You know, we got no water in
We need
here.
a water cooler.
Yeah.
If anybody has any in on a water cooler, what is it, like a Kentwood thing or one of those things where you always have the water?
Yes.
You plug it in.
Yes, the
They
fresh water.
deliver the water or they
Yes,
filter
True
the water.
Blue, Kentwood.
That's what we need
all
up
of
in
them.
here. We are dehydrated.
That's right.
Well,
That's
that
exactly
was
right.
the funniest thing. He went
Someone
around.
tell us how to do that.
Yeah, he went around the room and asked us. We were like, peanut butter crackers, almonds, pirate's booty, and then not one of us like, maybe water. Anybody
We're
want
thirsty.
some water?
The only thing in the refrigerator in here is beer.
Yeah,
Well,
there's water in that.
welcome to the Jordy Culotta Show. Some big news yesterday. LSU women's basketball coach steps down. Nikki Fargas stepping down after she just completed her 10th season in leading the basketball program. Leaves behind a winning percentage over 50%, over 578, 177, and 129. Even though I think that you can tab her tenure and career at LSU as unsuccessful, really. I mean, it's been 7 years since LSU has won an NCAA tournament game. They did make the Sweet 16 back in 2014, but the amount of attrition that was experienced on Nikki Fargas's watch and the lack of recruiting and the inability to bring in talent and to develop it, I think will be the lasting image and feeling on Fargas. And this is going to be an enormous hire for Scott Woodward, because some people may not recall or remember the success that this program came from. I mean, and experienced in the early 2000 period, and even dating back to the last couple of years of Sue Gunner. And while Sue Gunner is very much a progressive character and figure in LSU's history, and somebody that should be remembered and very much applauded for what she did, she was not very much successful on the floor, right? And just the winning. But she did a lot to open up the eyes and the program, and she brought in Simone. Point blank. And in a sport that can be dominated by superstars, Simone Augustus was the superstar of superstars, the cream of the cream, the top 1% in women's basketball when she was coming through Baton Rouge and was at Capitol. And there was a battle for everyone. We can ask Coach Mulkey about it coming up at 8:15. But it was UConn, it was Tennessee, and there was a local LSU program that had no success. They had nothing to sell, and they had to get Simone to pump some blood and some life into the program, and Simone only responded by taking them to 4 straight Final Fours. Every year Simone was here, they went to the Final Four. Now, they could never get over the hump and win, but it brought attention and notoriety to the program, where you were now nationally recruiting and picking up prospects like Sylvia Fowles in South Florida that turned out to be a top overall selection in the WNBA draft, and now has her name and her number hanging in the rafters of the Maravich Center. I mean, that's the type of program it can be, with the resources that it provides to recruiting, to development, to facilities, to everything that you need to be successful on this level. I am biased. I am a fan.
Fringe fan.
Fringe fan with a microphone.
I am a fringe fan with a microphone, but I've always had a huge, don't take this the wrong way, but a huge crush on Kim Mulkey, in the sense of just the way she carries and develops and runs her program.
I think everybody has a huge crush on her.
Well, she's hard not to like. She's polarizing. She's polarizing. I think her comments after her Elite Eight loss is very much an example of that. She's got a couple along the way, but she is the most competitive and most well-prepared coach I have ever had a opportunity to have a relationship with. And we're not tight by any means. She's coming on at 8:15. She's very kind with her time. And I got to know her while she was following Kramer in watching him play those 2 years where he was the shortstop at LSU, and she didn't miss a game. And she was always around. And you could just walk up and talk to her. And there's a lot of stuff that we have in common. She's from South Louisiana. She loves sports. She's got a funny past with breaking Italians' hearts from South Louisiana. I mean, she's got a great sense of humor, and you can just sit there and talk basketball with her. I thought and wanted LSU to look at her as a possibility for athletics director when there was transition between Joe Oliva, or when there was discussion of pushing Oliva out. I thought that she would be a great selection for that. But it didn't happen. But now, with the LSU women's job open, here is a great opportunity for Scott Woodward to make a splash hire and make a program changing hire in a time where he could use it and the program could use it and the department could use it.
Are you going to ask her about that?
Hell yeah, I'm going to ask her about it. I mean, professionally, we always have to remember she's drawing a paycheck from Baylor, which I think is going to be the biggest mountain to climb for LSU.
For sure.
Because she's making $2 million plus. Your basketball program on the men's side, you're already paying that guy over $2 million to run the program there. Can you afford to spend over $5 million, possibly $6 million in salary on just coaches, head coaches for the two programs? I think you can. I think it'll pay back in a short amount of time. What you invest into Kim Mulkey will pay right directly back to you in interest, ticket sales, merchandise, everything that goes around building a program. Not only that, she's coming here to win.
Yeah, for sure.
She's had a bad taste in her mouth. I don't know this, but I know her. She's had a bad taste in her mouth about being passed over for this job in 2004 since that moment. A South Louisiana kid, a South Louisiana girl who means so much. Go down to Hammond, Louisiana. Go down to the strawberry cities of Louisiana and bring up Kim Mulkey's name. She is a legend. She is an icon. She is an idol to still young kids in that area. Does that mean that you have to hire her to be the LSU women's head basketball coach? No, it doesn't. Because I got railroaded when I thought that when I was telling people in Selling because Ogeron was a Louisiana guy that he was the best fit for LSU. I know it doesn't always work out like that. Johnny Jones was a Louisiana guy. He was a bad fit. Kim Mulkey is Louisiana. She is the sport of women's college basketball.
She is.
She and Gino Auriemma are the faces of the sport. And you've got an opportunity right now to back the truck up, put a blank check on the table if you're Scott Woodward, and say, name it.
People in the bunker are saying they're not going to pay her that. Like, the money is the issue. What do you think?
I just told you what I think. Sit down at a table with negotiating with her with a blank check and tell me what it takes to get you to Baton Rouge. I'm going to make you tell me no if I'm Scott Woodward. You're going to have to tell me, nope, I can't do it. Why? You're going to have to tell me twice. Why? What is it going to take? Well, I got facilities here at Baylor that they got access to the weight room. They don't have to cross the street from the practice facility to go to the weight room. I'll build you a weight room in 3 years. What else you got? What's next? Well, my recruiting budget at Baylor allows me to get on a private jet anytime I want. I'll give you access to the football jet. They have first right of refusal, but you'll be on the list. And possibly down the line, we can maybe work something out where we get a NetJets account. And we can start doing that in the recruiting budget. What's next?
So I know they can do it, but will they, do you think? Like, are they going to
I don't know
invest in her?
I don't know for sure if they are or if they're not. I would say to them, it would be very wise and very smart to do it. And I don't think that there is a price tag that's truly out of bounds. I mean, outside of anything that's crazy, she's making $2 million a year here. If you can pay her 2.5 and you can go work a deal with Todd Graves, who has the same type of deal with Ed Ogeron, where he's paying him nearly $300,000 for 2 years of promotion, maybe we can work something like that into the contract. If you're LSU or if you're her agent, if she really wants it and you want to fight to get this job. I think that LSU has the baseline salary power within their budget to pay the women's basketball coach if it's Kim Mulkey over $2 million, because it's going to come back. The return on that investment is going to come back. Just rewind the tape 15 years ago. Look at the games of when Simone Augustus was here. Look at the games when they were playing people with competitive groups. There was support for the pro. I remember my grandfather and I going to that Tennessee game on the Sunday afternoon. I mean, that was people that don't necessarily have a bought-in interest to the women's program, but you pulled us in because it was good basketball. They had highly competitive players on the floor. There was really good coaching, and it was entertaining. I'm in. I'll bring my kid to that environment. We'll go watch that. If Kim Mulkey's the head basketball coach at LSU, 2 years from now, there's potential that 60% of you listening to this show right now aren't missing a conference game. You think the gymnastics environments are cool? Go to a women's basketball environment where they're competing and playing. And you don't think that Mulkey brings that immediately? I'm talking about hire her today. By tonight, you're relevant.
That's true.
So there's no excuse that you really have on spending the money and not a real opportunity to make it back. Bullshit. You see somebody like that sitting right there and you got access to have a conversation with her, make her tell you no twice. And then on the third time, I would say, well, then who would you recommend we hire? Because she has that cachet. She's got that respect. And she's a winner, man.
She is.
She's a winner.
If only you were the one making the decision.
I'd want her as part of the program. I'd want her in the department. I'd want her walking the halls. I'd want her having access to other coaches. Think about the conversations that Kim Mulkey, a Naismith basketball Hall of Famer, can have with a head football coach like Ed Ogeron.
It would be super cool.
Just behind closed doors. You don't even have to tell me what the topics are. I would just love to have those conversations happening on campus with two of the best in their trade in the same hall, sharing the same roof of offices. I mean, if I'm LSU, you got to tell me no twice. And if it's on Mulkey, then okay, cut your pride out. What's it going to take? I know you want to come home. She wanted to win those 3 national championships at LSU. Don't fool yourself. She loves the Baylor community. She loves Waco. She's as accepted there. She could run for any office and she'd win in a landslide. She's beloved. But she's Louisiana bred. Think about it. We're all listening out there. I mean, the majority of this audience listening is from Louisiana.
Speak for yourself.
Think about it as an opportunity to go back to Mississippi.
I know.
When you jump on it?
Yeah. No.
Just where we are.
I wouldn't.
Just where we are, man. She's coming up at 8:15, and you're damn right. I'm going to try and find a professional way to ask her if she notices that the LSU job is open. Because we do have to be very respectful to the sense of, I don't want the Baylor athletic director picking up the phone and saying, yo, are you talking about the job being open on some Louisiana podcast with some fan with a mic? I mean, but does she see it? Would it be possible?
Stay tuned to find out.
I hope so.
What a tease.
I hope so.
What a tease.
I mean, but either way, this is a huge hire for Scott Woodward. This is his first hire. This is his first relevant hire, this first hire that he will truly be judged on. And remember, at the time, the Nikki Caldwell, who turned into Fargus as she married Justin while her time here in Baton Rouge, the former USC and Oakland Raider running back, which, by the way, I heard reports that Mark Davis, one of the owners of the Raiders, was in P.F. Chang's eating with Nikki Fargus earlier this week.
Do you not? That's his favorite restaurant.
PF Chang's.
And he pays an inordinate amount of money for that haircut, which is awful. I could do it for you for half.
I mean, it is
you
crazy.
could do it in a mirror.
Does he have a center part?
No, he's got
he's got a not even a full bowl. He goes.
He's got he's got the Lloyd. He's got the Lloyd on
Lloyd
Dumb and Dumber.
Christmas.
Yeah.
He's got the Lloyd Christmas Dumb
and
and
it goes
Dumber
up a little bit more. Yeah, but
No, don't feel sorry for him.
Well, that's an unfortunate haircut.
he
so I
chooses to
can't
have
do
that.
He wants to have it
He
done.
did it himself. But there is as much money as this man has, he chooses PF Chang's. Like, that's his favorite restaurant. It's more than 3 times a week.
I mean, you know what?
You know what you like.
He was eating at the one on Corporate Boulevard just a couple of days ago.
He probably wouldn't have come to Baton
rumor
Rouge.
has it. Rumor
he
has
wouldn't
it.
have come to Baton Rouge if there was not a PF Chang's.
Rumor has it.
It's strange.
So, I don't know if there's something to watch there, but Nikki Fargas at the time was a really good hire coming from UCLA. She played for Pat Summitt at Tennessee. She sat on the bench at Tennessee for some pretty good years that Pat Summitt had. Really, you thought learned the game there. Went out to UCLA, was having some success with that program. Joe Oliva went out there and just backs up the truck to her. And, I mean, pretty much gives her a job that she cannot say no to just by the price tag. I mean, I think he paid like $750,000 10 years ago, a decade ago, to coach the program. So she had some success. Like we said, 2014 went to Sweet 16, but still, I mean, it just never felt like it was heading in the right direction. There was never really any kind of momentum that you could get behind. I mean, Kim Mulkey's last national championship, 2 years ago, 2019, she won the national championship. Her leading scorer was a transfer from LSU. You know what I mean? Like it was the program was just, and this was before the transfer portal was the transfer portal. I mean, now I get it where you look around and there's 1,400 kids in the transfer. I mean, 3 years ago, people were like, what the hell's going on? Why are all these kids leaving your program? Why are you not recruiting these kids to come in here? And where's the development? I mean, it was maddening. It was maddening to watch that program over the last couple of years. So Nikki Fargas steps down officially yesterday, and now leaving that job open after 10 seasons on the job. Where does Kim Mulkey fit in? We'll ask her somehow coming up here at 8:15 this morning. Daily, we are brought to you here on the Jordy Culotta Show every single day by Nevadis. Remember Nevadis, we've been telling you about Randall Nachman and what he's got going over at Nevadis. They design and develop custom websites and mobile applications that help businesses solve some of the most challenging pain points related to their staff, customers, and processes. Some of their favorite things that they've automated include order management, quotes and invoices, time tracking, digitizing paperwork. It has never been easier or more affordable to build a solution that is tailored to your business's exact needs. Let them help you over at Nevadis. You see the hat every single day. Tomorrow is the spring football game over at LSU. And a couple of storylines to watch out for. Yeah, is that going to happen?
I don't know. What time is it? Is 11?
Noon.
Did you make that up? Noon,
and then noon to the 2:30 first pitch for LSU baseball.
I've got a question.
Hit me.
Why do we not have a tarp for a football field? Is this something that anybody's ever thought of? You can cover an entire baseball infield. You can't make a piece of tarp that's big enough to put over a football field. It can't hurt.
No, but some stadiums have that, right? Like the electronic one that goes off, but it's just money. I mean, that's insanely expensive.
Tarp, but I mean,
to cover the whole field.
Football fields are turtleback. You know what I mean? They both have slopes, so I mean, you would think tarp would make sense. I mean, the water would be just kind of around. Yeah, but I mean, now that he says that out loud, I mean, I
know I have seen that where it automatically just goes across the field.
Yeah, you're talking about like some NFL stadiums, like the Arizona Cardinals can like roll out their turf.
Yeah, but you're asking, can it be done? So,
yeah, but not
to that scale.
Not to that level.
Costs
like
a lot of money.
just a simple.
You're saying like people running out there with a tarp.
Just a simple tarp, like the baseball fields.
Yes.
Yeah, I mean, just like rolling them out like the baseball fields.
No, it can't hurt.
There's plenty of people that want to work for LSU athletics. When I was 18, I would have rolled that thing out there, and you would have catch me sleeping in it. I'd have done it so much.
Here's the discussion that they're having on the fourth floor that nobody wants to hear about, nobody wants to hear, or they don't want you to hear right now, is whether or not they should pull that natural grass up and put turf down.
No.
And I totally agree with you. Keep that thing natural.
I will
100%.
Hey, Jason in the bunker said, have you ever pulled a wet tarp? So maybe that's why they don't do it. Well, because after it's rained on, Then what?
Then you funnel it down to where the
right. I mean,
you're on a
put a man on the moon.
You're on a turtleback. I mean, the thing's on it like a football field. It's kind of like it's a turtleback.
Then you squeegee it off. Yeah. You get somebody. This is doable.
It has to be.
It has
but,
to be.
I mean, it's also 2021 and it's not being done. So
sub-air system, go Augusta, put a little oxygen under there and suck it out.
Brandon Hollingsworth says, how the hell did Fargus keep her job for a decade? That's insane. Nobody was paying attention to the program, Brandon. I mean, Joe Oliva thought the win was just by hiring her. He didn't think that he needed to evaluate her year in, year out. He was just kind of saying, oh, well, we hired Nikki Fargus. She's running the program into the ground, Joe. I mean, pay attention, buddy. You know what I mean? While you're tossing $800,000 at a losing proposition, I mean, they got answers out there that you could probably go through. You could have hired Randy Livingston to coach the program for $500,000 and LSU be a top 20 program. You know, I mean, so this is an enormous hire. It's not football level. It's not men's basketball level. It's not baseball level. But it's right there. I mean, this is a hire that the athletics director and the decision makers will be judged upon on performance and return. And they should be, because that is a potentially money making. Can they make money in women's basketball? If not, you can break even.
If you can do it in gymnastics the way that they just did.
Yeah, but I don't know if they're making money.
But this is on a bigger scale to me. I feel like if you can do that same thing and then amplify it to the women's basketball, I think it would be a money maker. At least it wouldn't be losing money at the rate it is right now. So you'd have to say you would have to be a net positive in your mind. And as Scott Woodward's first hire, I think he's looking to make a splash.
Well, he always has.
Exactly.
That is his deal. I mean, that's what he does.
Makes a splash.
He likes to do, like, he wants who's the biggest name on the board? Kim Mulkey. Let's go get her. Okay. You know what I mean? Like,
it's not even a conversation.
I mean, he was the athletics director at Texas A&M. That football job opened up. Who's everybody want? Jimbo Fisher. Let's go get him. He's going to cost $7 million. Stroke the check.
$70 million for 10 years. We'll do it.
Just guarantee it.
Yeah.
All right, cool. Let's do it. Chris Peterson at Washington. Nobody could get Peterson away from Boise State. Everybody was knocking on Boise State's door to get Chris Peterson out of that program. Scott Woodward's on the job at Washington for 3 months. He's got Peterson in the Husky colors. But the reason why is because he's
liquid.
He's not scared to cut that check. Now, from a PR standpoint, right now, would you have to go through a bit of a storm maybe if you're throwing money around like that publicly? I don't know. I don't know. I don't know. I don't know. Not if you get up on not if you get up on the podium and you don't have to pound the table, but you sell your ticket buyers and you sell your customer base on why you made the move and get people to buy in and believe in it. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? And I could tell you right now, from my point of view, if you're trying to sell me Kim Mulkey as the leader of your basketball program, I'm sitting up and I'm listening. You know what I mean? Like, I'm going to go out there and I'm going to hire Kim Mulkey because she'll listen to the conversation. All right. Okay.
Don't you think with everything that's going on that she would let any of that shit fly under her watch? She's going to be coming and be an absolute advocate for women's rights and everything like that. It's a whole run. Like, she's not going to run from that conversation.
That's why I'm saying I want her in the department.
Yeah, that's going on.
Yes, she's going to look, what the hell's going on over here?
She's got the cachet to kick a door down.
Exactly. Exactly. Y'all got the Panamsky guy doing what in football? Huh?
Have y'all heard the Kramer's Mom song that they put out?
Does that exist?
Yeah.
I mean, I love it. And not only that, I mean,
it's so cool.
Think about the fun you could have with that.
Yeah.
I mean, the amount of people that would be showing up in T-shirts, I'm here for Kramer's Mom. I'm here to see. I mean, like, bro, jump on this thing, man. I mean, get this thing done. Spring football tomorrow over at the it's supposed to be happening. At Tiger Stadium. We have seen this event be moved inside over the past couple of years. Now, when they move it inside, obviously you choke out the fans because there's just no room inside of the indoor facility.
Like
all
no
of them.
fans
Nobody.
can go.
I mean, I'm sure there's some big money guys that are probably squeezing in there, but I mean,
me
and you ain't getting in that thing tomorrow if they move it inside. Yeah, right. We're here with the media. The Jordy Culotta Show.
And I got a team that
Lloyd,
needs to
print out
practice.
some media tags.
We're trying to get on LinkedIn this week. If that means anything for the exposure, you guys.
It's been
No,
about a 6-month process.
No?
And I got my flag football team. If y'all can clear out, these guys can want to run a little bit.
Yeah, right. Panamsky used to vouch for us, not anymore. No, he's stabbing us. Okay, all right, forget it. So if it happens tomorrow, it'll happen inside Tiger Stadium. If not, maybe they move this thing indoors and we get a couple of stats that you just get fed, and you got to believe them.
Any chance they move it back at all, or this thing is set in stone? Yeah,
no, I think that the program doesn't want any more workouts. You know what I mean? Like, just get this thing done. But like I said earlier this week, I think that you got some interesting things to watch here. Outside of, like, the new faces, everybody's going to show up, and I think the first thing on the checklist is Mason Smith.
Yep. I would say quarterbacks, but you're not going to see anything. So then you go into where the action's actually going to happen. They have to play in the offensive defensive line. So.
Yep. So I want to see Zero. I want to see Mason Smith and how he is, all of the things that we've heard. I want to see it. Bug Strong, big linebacker, JUCO linebacker, who I hear is just pounding heads over there on the defense, is another new face that I'd like to see making an impact. So outside of, like some of the new faces that are going to be there, and some of the guys that are even back, I'd like to see where John Trey Kirkland fits into this wide receiver role. I mean, I think it's, he's kind of one of those unsung guys that made his choice to come back for another season. And as a fan base, LSU has been asking to get these veteran upperclassmen back on campus. And here's, outside of Deculus, Ingram, and, some of these guys, Ali Gay, that decided to come back that are now seniors, I think John Trey Kirkland's one that we've kind of looked over and kind of missed out on how much he'll mean inside the locker room. And then I'd like to see where he fits into, Keyshawn Butte and Coy Moore and, some of these wide receivers that are going to be in a rotation here before these big four show up. I mean, before Brian Thomas and Chris Hilton and Jack Besh and, Deion Smith is on campus right now, and by all accounts, he's healthy and now working out again after missing the first couple of weeks of spring play. So that's another new face that I'm looking forward to seeing.
I think he's very much in that Racey McMath mold, where even if he doesn't get on the field, he's going to go out and test off the charts. So you got an athlete there. They just got to find a way to utilize it.
Yeah, absolutely. He is definitely an athlete. And go ask the people down in the St. James Lutcher area about John Trey Kirkland.
That's athletes. If you're standing out there, you're standing out.
And he's got great stories from his time down there. But more the battles tomorrow in the trenches. I love the fact that they've got depth on the defensive line. I love the fact that they can now get a rotation moving. But for the offensive line, you got really nice competition, it seems like, budding between Chasen Hines and Anthony Bradford at the right guard spot. By the way, in just doing a little bit of research, talking to some people around the program, reading up on people that are following, I don't see Cardell Thomas's name anywhere.
Fullback.
And that's that ain't going to last.
No.
That is just what a cautionary tale that has become. This guy was as highly touted and regarded of an interior offensive lineman that you could find in recruiting 3 years ago, and now to find him in a program going through an off-season weight and conditioning program and still not have the chance to sniff it. You don't even see his name in competitions on the offensive line. And it's a group where you're asking and looking towards 2022, and you're really wondering who's going to be there. Who's going to be the guys that are going to be able to play? You got Marlon Martinez, you've got Marcus Dumerville, you've got, Anthony Bradford. Cardell Thomas was the other name that you thought would be, at least in the competition right now. But, it's crazy to look. Thank God all of those guys came back. Think if Austin Deculus just says, you know what, I'm kind of over football. Or think if Ed Ingram's like, you know what, I'm tired of taking these hits for free. I'll just go get drafted between the 5th and 7th round, which we've seen LSU guys make that decision in the past, and just get out of the program. Dare Rosenthal. I mean, think about if he's listening to a couple of the whispers and people in his ear that saying, man, you're a hell of an NFL project. You're a hell of an NFL prospect. Just get into the draft. Somebody will pick you, man, and you'll figure it out. You'll make your money. Get out of here. You can't stay healthy. They can't keep you on the field. You got all types of stuff that's dinging you on your report now before the NFL. Just go get in there and do it. All those guys decide to come back. That is enormous for just the stability of this program. Because if you look at the depth on this offensive line, they don't have any. They don't have any proven guys. They don't have anybody that you say, hey, man, he's seen an SEC trench. He's seen an SEC road venue. He's been in the fourth quarter of an SEC game where you're down and you got to go get either a field goal or a score to keep this thing moving. I mean, none of those guys have that experience. And potentially, I mean, if all these guys stay healthy this season, how much time will they get this year to be developed? And I know it's not about next year, but that's how recruiting works. I mean, that's why you've got to continually pump 5 to 7 offensive linemen into the recruiting class every single year. You've got to build in for attrition. You've got to build in for some guys saying, you know what, I can't make it here. I got to go. I'm out. But you also have to start developing that young talent that you can look at as a true sophomore or a redshirt freshman and say, hey, Trey Turner, we're playing South Carolina on Saturday. I know you hadn't played a lot of football, but it's now time for you to start. And when Trey Turner starts, Jeremy Hill becomes the SEC Player of the Week because on the right side of the line, they're running through parking lot holes. Where is that guy?
Would you say that this is the time where now that the transfer portal is open, that's where we're going to have to go?
Yes. I mean, just for the stability of your roster. I mean, for as high level as you're recruiting, you know what I mean? Like, do you want, I mean, like Will Campbell. You're looking at Will Campbell the day he gets on campus, and you're like, bro, suit up.
I need him here now.
You need him here now. Bordelon down at Newman. I mean, now. Emory Jones at Catholic High. Hey, Emory Jones. Let me make sure that Emory Jones is the quarterback at Florida. Yeah, that's so I'm saying the wrong name.
I don't want him on the offensive line. Hell of a player, though.
No, but Emory, he's the guy that Mark Cassio sent us the basketball footage of and plays for Catholic High. I'm getting his name right now. But if playing time means anything to you, then why would you go anywhere but LSU? Because you've got to look at the offensive line at LSU, and you've got to say, I can play there. I can play there immediately. I can play there next season as a true freshman. So let me take a break real quick, come right back, reset this thing. I'm going to give you that recruit's name. And
I think it might be Emory Jones. I think he might have just two, I mean, not a common name, but two of the same names.
Wes Shin points out, I didn't bring up Liam Shanahan. I mean,
the transfer portal.
How?
Yeah, it is Emory Jones, Catholic offensive tackle.
Wow, okay.
Emory with an E. Other one's Emory with an O.
I mean, like Liam. If they don't get Liam Shanahan, what are they doing at center? What's your answer at center if you don't have Liam Shanahan? What happens if Liam Shanahan doesn't come back?
The prospect of even what we have now terrifies me because I've never been through an LSU season where you're not looking at the offensive line going, oh my God, like who's coming in? There's always an injury on the offensive line. It's just the nature of the game. It's too tough in there. So even having these five come back and not knowing, like not having a real swing guy is terrifying.
Yeah, it is.
It only takes one.
Absolutely. You're an injury away. You're an injury away. All right, we got a ton coming up in the second hour. We got a lot to get to. So let's get out of this first hour. We're going to get some confidence in the kitchen. Thank you, Jason Brown. It's Emory Jones Jr. Thank you very much. He is, I mean, look, man, he's got to be one of the tops on the boards for James Craig. I know that he is, and I know that he'll be in town this weekend not in town because he's a Baton Rouge kid, but that he'll be at the spring game. I mean, he's a must-get. And if you're Emory Jones, you've got to be looking at LSU's offensive line and saying, man, I mean, if playing time means anything, I can play all day at LSU, and I can play immediately. All right, so remember, daily we are brought to you by. We got a lot coming up in the second hour. We got Kim Mulkey at 8:15. Always looking forward to Coach Mulkey. She is a part of the. I mean, you think about this Naismith Hall of Fame class. Now, Michael Jordan's going to be presenting Kobe Bryant. That was a huge story yesterday. I think that's basketball royalty. That is the king inducting the prince. I mean, that is as good as you can find. Jordan also going to be the presenter for Kim Mulkey. What an incredible,
amazing,
cool story. I mean, we'll get it from Coach Mulkey coming up here at 8:15. Then at 8:30, we'll talk some Hollywood with Nathan Velasquez, who will be inside of the UDL. Lili Courtney, who's getting us coffee in the kitchen. Show mom is going to be inside of the UDL as well, serving up some crawfish bread and some Moscow mules coming out. So we got a lot to get to here coming up on the Jordy Culotta Show.
Keep that mule down.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Not, you would be the third person to throw up on this show.
I would be. So yeah, it wouldn't be that out of the ordinary.
Welcome. I mean, that's kind of the initiation.
I haven't thrown up yet on the show.
No idea if there's asbestos in here or not.
I mean,
if we're voting, I would definitely vote yes. Yeah, there's definitely
for sure.
Just as long as the walls can't talk. We're brought to you by Advanaclean daily here on the Jordy Culotta Show. Remember, get in touch with our guy and look, this is the time now, right? With all this, I mean, torrential downpour that has come through South Louisiana.
Got some water leaks going
Absolutely, and if you do. Bradley Lynch over at Advanaclean is ready to take care of them. 225-369-5228 is the phone number. 225-369-5228. And it doesn't matter, man. If you're outside of the Baton Rouge area, Bradley's going to travel, man. My man is mobile. He spent 2 weeks over in Dallas a couple of weeks back, and he's ready to get to you anywhere in the state of Louisiana. Advanaclean is online at advanaclean.com. You can call him directly at 225-369-5228. But remember, here's the deal. Water, fire, mold. You got water damage, you see fire damage or smoke damage, you see mold around the house or the office, get in touch with Advanaclean. They'll work directly with the insurance company. They'll work directly with the contractors. Number's 225-369-5228. Miss Lily's going to start getting us confident in the kitchen when we come back here on the Jordy Culotta Show. Gearing up for spring and summer down here in South Louisiana, and you want to keep your lawn maintained during these sunny seasons, get in touch with our friend Blake Hebert over at Hebert's Lawn Maintenance, where he says, you grow it, I mow it. 225-485-8022. 225-485-8022 is where you can find Hebert's Lawn and Maintenance, the official lawn and maintenance company of the undisclosed location. Go Chevrolet is proud to announce Go Express Auto Sales, the new used car lot located in the capital city of Baton Rouge, Louisiana, at 11522 Florida Boulevard. Go Express Auto Sales is online at goexpressautosales.com, or you can search them on Facebook and social media at Go Express Auto Sales, the newest addition to the family of Go Chevrolet. Remember, Go Chevrolet is located down in LaPlace, Louisiana, but now welcoming aboard Go Express, the new used car lot located in Baton Rouge, Louisiana at 11522 Florida Boulevard. Welcome to the Gridiron Show with Whitney Bro. Are you self-employed? Then you need to learn about Angel Oak's Home Loans Bank Statement program that they're offering, which makes you eligible as a self-employed borrower to purchase or refinance a home without requiring a tax return. If you want to learn more, get in touch with me. Email me, Jordy at jordyculottashow.com, to learn about the bank statement loan program offered by Angel Oak. Jordy at jordyculottashow.com to learn more.
Well, folks, it's time to...
Relief Health, the only way to get your health care in 2021. In your home or on site, Relief is changing how health care is delivered to you. No more doctor's offices, no more waiting rooms. Download the app today, Relief Health, from the Apple or Google app stores. You can get connected to a local doctor in your community or just order a test directly without talking to a doctor. Their COVID tests are live, and right now they have the Moderna vaccine. Online at reliefhealth.com or download the app from your Apple or Google app stores now. Relief Health, changing the way that healthcare is brought to you in 2021.
7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
You'll never have the sacred stone.
Oh, this you crazy mother.
All right, welcome back here to the Jordy Culotta Show, live in the undisclosed location. Bet you didn't think we had a kitchen over here, did you? But we do. And we have invited into the kitchen the best, simply the best. How in the hell did Lloyd come from someone so cool? Lili Courtney, cooking confidence with Lili in the kitchen. She's here with us this morning. We got crawfish bread coming up.
Yep.
We got Moscow mules that Katie is terrified over, and she's a drinker. I'm not even a drinker, and I'm ready for it. But you've got great product. You've got great cooking tips for us this morning. How are you? Good morning.
Good morning. I'm great.
It's great to see you.
Thank you,
Great
sir.
to see you.
Well, it's so nice of you to have me.
Well, I mean, look, you've come so highly regarded. Everybody's talking about. I mean, Lloyd talks about his mom, then Katie comes in and talks about this cooking class. I got a couple of friends that have been to the cooking class. I feel like I'm the kind of one left out. So, I mean, welcome in.
Come on.
Welcome in. Tell me about so you're a local culinary instructor. Yes.
Absolutely.
So tell me what goes into that.
Okay, so I've been doing this for 25 years. You know, I'm from Alexandria.
Yes, I do.
Yeah.
I do.
Okay, so
We'll take you.
Transplants.
Yeah, we'll take you. We'll take you.
I'm self-taught. I'm not going to say I went to culinary school because those guys, you know, they went to culinary school.
Sure.
But I've been doing this for 25 years, so I can teach you a few things.
Well, and I think if you follow you on social media, you've done a great job of kind of relating to our demographic, to our age group at least, because that's where we're all at. I mean, I'm not even talking about me. I'm talking about the younger people. How has that been in keeping up in a social media world, and how relevant you are, because you've done such a great job in it?
Thank you, sir.
Yes.
Help. I got marketing help. Don't you worry.
Lloyd?
Yeah.
Because we've used his marketing skills too. We lost 5,000 people that we were marketed towards.
I wanted to start fresh. Dude. That was too easy.
That's right.
No, I walk out into the kitchen and she's got her lights and her microphone set up, and I was like, "You don't even need me, dude."
Yes.
So she's got it figured out much farther along than I am.
So tell me about the new kitchen at Red Stick.
It's gorgeous, and we marvel at how we got anything done in our old kitchen. We had, induction burners, and we had one oven, and we would have 12 people in there cooking, and now we have 4 ranges and gas tops and a pizza oven and a big kitchen.
So a cooking class is like, it's a cool experience for everybody. Like it's
hands-on.
It's much fun, and you can drink.
So you advise like dates. You bring dates.
Sure.
You got like cooking classes. How do people sign up? How do they go?
Redstick.com cooking classes.
Okay, so Katie, what was that experience like?
It was amazing. I mean, it was so much fun.
You went with a group of
I went with a group of girls.
And so how did y'all get involved in it?
One of the moms, her husband had given her this for Christmas actually, and she shared it with all of us, like a cooking experience for her and her friends.
So what's coming up this morning? What are we eating? Like
okay,
so what's going on?
Think Jazz Fest.
Okay. All right.
So we got some crawfish bread, and it's on top of, at the Jazz Fest, it's going to be stuffed in dough. Ours is going to be on top of French bread. Okay. So you saute it with all your good stuff, your onions, your green onions, your Jack Bay. Look at this. This is new.
Wow.
So think of
Pimpin' product.
Yeah.
Unbelievable.
Chuck Bay seasoning.
She knows what she's doing.
Chuck Bay is
woo.
I know. I was about to say, don't get your nose down in there too much.
Need a straw.
So Red Stick Spice, they blend their own spices. They blend their own spices, their own teas. They have infused oils. So we're going to use I use the pesto olive oil to saute my crawfish.
Camera's here.
There we go. Not there.
There you go.
That seasoning is for seafood, but you know what it is. Think of Old Bay plus warm spices. So we have cinnamon, you have cardamom, you have all kind of cool stuff going in there with a little heat.
So what's next? So you go to the kitchen, you're about to cook this stuff up, and then you're going to bring it to us and serve us up?
Yeah.
Wow. Okay.
I'm
So
here to start my shaker.
Yeah,
the Moscow Mules.
My hands are starting to shake, so it's time for that Moscow Mule.
Okay. All right. So shake them up, man. So let's get into it. So I guess we'll take a break.
Yeah.
We come
reset.
We come back. We'll reset, and
We'll talk
we'll
about
have
my farm tour too.
Well, tell me about that.
Okay, so at Red Stick Spice, obviously we teach classes, but I've developed this farm tour with Ann Milnick, who's the owner. She's a chef and owner of Red Stick Spice. So tomorrow, weather permitting, right?
Right.
I know. We do a farm tour. So we do Fullness Farms, Red Stick Farmers Market downtown. We go to Iverstein's Butcher. We get a tour there. We get a tour of that farm, which is in the middle of town. Do y'all know this?
Yes.
It's so cool.
Fabulous.
In Jefferson.
Yeah.
Yes.
The Guidros are in
Right.
charge of that.
Yes.
Galen?
CCA's got a big has a big banquet there every year.
Great.
That is incredible. That shows off that I did not know it until then, but when you see it for the first time, I mean,
It's
it
amazing.
is like, oh my God, it's in the middle of the city.
Middle of the city, gorgeous organic farm.
So, and that's become kind of like the mad dash of the foodies. It's kind of like the farm to table, right?
baby.
Oh, absolutely.
My sister was in the space for a while there. She had Country Table, which was like a delivery service of farm to table type goods. So has it expanded? Because this was about 4 years ago that she was there. Has it gained popularity?
Oh, absolutely.
In the farm to table and some of the places in Baton Rouge to experience that. I mean, where do you get?
Well, I'm not sure a list of the product. I mean, restaurants that he get, they order from, but he does do that in local restaurants.
Yeah.
All his produce for sure.
All right, we're going to see if Katie can make it through a Moscow Mule.
Chug it,
I'm
chug
for
it,
it.
chug it.
Lloyd's going to get
I don't
into
know I
it.
need to chug it at 8 a.m., but I will drink it.
All right, 10 minutes from now, we're going to be talking to Kim Mulkey, who is the head women's basketball coach at Baylor for the time being. And we'll ask her interest on LSU. And we're also going to eat some crawfish bread and get a Moscow Mule when we come back. Compliments of our new confident chef, giving us confidence, is Lili Courtney. We'll be back with more right here on the Jordy Culotta Show. Self-employed? Then you need to learn about Angel Oak's Home Loans Bank Statement program that they're offering, which makes you eligible as a self-employed borrower to purchase or refinance a home without requiring a tax return. If you want to learn more, get in touch with me. Email me, jordy@jordyculotta.show.com, to learn about the bank statement loan program offered by Angel Oak. jordy@jordyculotta.show.com to learn more. Gearing up for spring and summer down here in South Louisiana, and you want to keep your lawn maintained during these sunny seasons, get in touch with our friend Blake Abear over at Abear's Lawn Maintenance, where he says, you grow it, I mow it. 225-485-8022. 225-485-8022 is where you can find Abear's Lawn and Maintenance, the official lawn and maintenance company of the undisclosed location. Relief Health, the only way to get your health care in 2021. In your home or on site, Relief is changing how health care is delivered to you. No more doctor's offices, no more waiting rooms. Download the app today, Relief Health, from the Apple or Google app stores. You can get connected to a local doctor in your community or just order a test directly without talking to a doctor. Their COVID tests are live, and right now they have the Moderna vaccine. Online at reliefhealth.com or download the app from your Apple or Google app stores now. Relief Health, changing the way that healthcare is brought to you in 2021. Go Chevrolet is proud to announce Go Express Auto Sales, the new used car lot located in the capital city of Baton Rouge, Louisiana, at 11522 Florida Boulevard. Go Express Auto Sales is online at goexpressautosales.com, or you can search them on Facebook and social media at Go Express Auto Sales, the newest addition to the family of Go Chevrolet. Remember, Go Chevrolet is located down in Laplace, Louisiana, but now welcoming aboard Go Express, the new used car lot located in Baton Rouge, Louisiana at 11522 Florida Boulevard. Welcome back here to the Jordy Culotta Show. Waiting on our Moscow mules from our local chef, resident chef, Lili Courtney. KitchenConfidenceWithLili.com. KitchenConfidenceWithLili.com is where you can find all of the recipes, including the crawfish bread that's coming up here in mere minutes. Speaking of a couple of minutes, we're going to talk to Kim Mulkey at 8:15 this morning. How does Michael Jordan become your presenter at the Naismith Hall of Fame? We'll ask Coach Mulkey coming up here in a couple of minutes on the Jordy Culotta Show.
Do we need a J-Lo and A-Rod rundown?
Yeah, what's going on? What's the latest?
They're done. They're done,
for
y'all.
sure, officially.
They are officially done. The saddest part, I don't know. Well, you probably didn't see it. I don't know. On A-Rod's Instagram, like he pans over like a bunch of pictures of them, like all the family photos, and there's like a picture of their name in sand with a heart drawn across it, and there's also a box of tissues in that that video pan.
Well, I wonder what he was doing with those. Now that he's alone.
Stop with the Coldplay song playing in the background.
It's
very sad.
I mean, just so A-Rod.
Sad.
It was so A-Rod.
It is very A-Rod. It made me remember like why I never really cared for him very much before. I mean,
did you see Anthony Edwards? Anthony Edwards is the number one pick of the Minnesota Timberwolves.
I put that on my Twitter. This is the best video ever.
Didn't know who A-Rod was when they asked him about it. Do you think he was trolling him?
It's hard not to know who A-Rod is, but these young cats,
they're young. They don't know.
Like they're in their own little bubble.
Yeah,
the saddest thing about the A-Rod thing was the name in the sand, and that he 100% paid somebody to do that.
100. It was way too professionally done, man. And not only that, the water was right there.
I mean, that's got to be
the names are not drawn with your finger.
No
I mean, come on. Who did that?
Way.
It's weird.
I mean, it looks like that was like a construction shovel.
But at least they're being really nice about it, and they're like still wanting to be friends, and they have their kids are friends. I mean, they're not
She's
being
about to
ugly
put
each
some
other.
young thought right into the spotlight with her, bro. She's about to put her personal trainer shirtless here on the beach.
Well, she's been posting also
over under
racy
3
videos
weeks. Oh, has she?
Of herself.
Oh yeah.
I mean, just because she's hot.
Back on the market.
I mean,
absolutely.
And,
it's only a matter of time before those videos feature somebody else.
But a source did claim that he definitely did not hook up with Madison LaCroix. So
some ties up with that NDA.
There's that.
A lot of legalese in there. What can we do? What can we do?
Those were just rumors. So anyway, they're over. You called it when we first started talking about there might be trouble. We were like, they're done.
No way.
They're done.
I also tabbed A-Rod as never getting married. So A-Rod, don't do this dog and pony show ever again, dude. with the engagement and
But why
and
they have to get married? Like, why can't they just stay together, not be engaged, and not get married?
She was probably busting his balls for it.
Maybe.
Without a doubt.
I mean,
once you get that engagement ring out, the clock is ticking. You can't push that. The thing you could push back the most is the ring. And then after that, the wedding, they're just like, we're doing this.
Yeah.
Their relationship got way too public.
It did.
But
it's going to. She's
J-Lo. Once it crossed into mainstream, well, then she has to not be surprised every time that her relationships don't work out.
Yeah.
I mean.
I know.
I mean, she can't really be the one that's asking, I can't believe my relationships don't work out. Well, when you're on the cover of People magazine, because, I mean, y'all are in a fight. I mean, it's going to be tough, man. I mean, it's just
you're famous.
Well, because you put it out there like how in love you are, and then when it doesn't work out, you kind of look like an asshole. And it's just over and over again, and that's just how it goes. It's life.
Absolutely.
It's hard to make a relationship work.
And by the way, I know you're not coming to the
public.
Jordy Culotta Show looking for relationship advice, because I know that if you are, you'll be depressingly let down.
This isn't the place to get relationship advice.
You will be depressingly let down. Jordy told me, well, there's your first problem, you dumbass. That's on you. That's on you, man.
My radio therapist.
Which brings us, we're coming up. We're going to talk to Kim Mulkey here in a couple of minutes.
We said we had no one on the phone lines today earlier.
We did.
What were we thinking?
How about that?
We were like, Metro Health, but y'all are not sponsoring anybody today.
We only have LSU's next head basketball coach on the line. That's it. Daily, we're brought to you by Elevate Treatment and Legacy Center. Remember, the drug and alcohol rehab center located right here in Baton Rouge off Jefferson Highway is ready to help you begin treatment today. You can do that by logging online, elevatetreatment.com, ELEV, the number 8, treatment.com. Once you get there, you can learn about the services, you can learn about the program, and you'll know that Elevate is dedicated to treating patients who are battling drug and alcohol addiction. Their goal is to guide you in the steps towards recovery and help you achieve and maintain sobriety. Their treatment center is based right here in Baton Rouge, and they provide treatment of addiction disorders and behavioral illnesses in adults. Let them help you today at elevate.com, ELEV, the number 8, treatment.com. All right, we've got Lili cooking up crawfish bread. We've got Moscow mules on the way. And now we're going to link up and go down to
Bluetooth
to Waco.
Bluetooth.
All right, sheesh. How about that? Take a quick break. Come right back. Let me line up to Bluetooth. Let me call the coach, and we'll come back and we'll have Kim Mulkey.
You're on.
Yeah, take a break real quick. I want to get her.
Prepper.
Yeah, 10 seconds off the air. All right, hold a second. Relief Health, the only way to get your health care in 2021. In your home or on site, Relief is changing how health care is delivered to you. No more doctor's offices, no more waiting rooms. Download the app today, Relief Health, from the Apple or Google app stores. You can get connected to a local doctor in your community or just order a test directly without talking to a doctor. Their COVID tests are live, and right now they have the Moderna vaccine. Online at reliefhealth.com or download the app from your Apple or Google app stores now. Relief Health, changing the way that healthcare is brought to you in 2021. Go Chevrolet is proud to announce Go Express Auto Sales, the new used car lot located in the capital city of Baton Rouge, Louisiana, at 11522 Florida Boulevard. Go Express Auto Sales is online at goexpressautosales.com, or you can search them on Facebook and social media at Go Express Auto Sales, the newest addition to the family of Go Chevrolet. Remember, Go Chevrolet is located down in Laplace, Louisiana, but now welcoming aboard Go Express, the new used car lot located in Baton Rouge, Louisiana at 11522 Florida Boulevard.
Well, folks, it's time to kick it old school. So you can feel cool. Give it to me, baby. Baby. Yeah.
Welcome back here to the Jordy Culotta Show, presented every day by Go Chevrolet. Stop in and see Lili Courtney, Nick Richard, and the crew down in Laplace, Louisiana. Today, if you're looking for a brand new Chevy, remember a new used car lot here in Baton Rouge is located off of Florida Boulevard. Go Express Auto Sales, newest addition to the Go Chevrolet family. GEAUXChevrolet.com. Our next guest needs no introduction here. She is one of our favorites, Kim Mulkey, who's the head basketball coach with the Baylor Bears. We had her on a couple of weeks ago. We were talking about one of her latest accomplishments as we were talking to her a little bit about the Naismith Hall of Fame induction that's coming up. Huge news yesterday as over the last 24 hours as we learned that Michael Jordan will be the presenter for Kobe Bryant on a night that I believe that will be played forever. I think that you will see this Naismith Hall of Fame induction for the next 200 years, 100 years. I mean, you're talking about the king of basketball presenting the prince and what could be the queen of women's college basketball in Coach Kim Mulkey. She has been decorated as a player, as a coach, and is considered to really be the face of the sport. She's going into the Hall of Fame that night, and Michael Jordan will present her. And here she is this morning to talk to us a day after LSU's women's head basketball coach job opened up. It is good to talk to you this morning. How are you?
I'm doing pretty darn good this morning. You guys doing okay?
Yes, ma'am. We are doing great. Michael Jordan as your presenter. I mean, coach, pinch me. How does that happen?
Well, you guys got to start treating me better. I told my son, I'm pretty well known, Kramer. You think you are, but come on, give me a little respect here. I said, no, listen, I really want to say this because it has to be someone that's in the Hall of Fame that presents you. Mm-hmm. And I also asked Coach Leon Barmore, who was my coach at Louisiana Tech, and he coached with me 3 years at Baylor, to also do it, but he's dealing with some very serious health issues right now and could not do it and won't be attending. So I like to pick on him and say, Coach, I think I did okay. I couldn't get you, so I got Michael Jordan.
Do you have a relationship with Michael? And if so, What does he mean to the game of basketball from your eyes, Coach? Because for me, we're just fans of the game, and he's kind of the face of our generation. To somebody like you who's had such an impact on the sport, what does he mean?
Well, Michael and I played in the '84 Olympics together. Now, when you say relationship, everybody in the world wants to say, oh, yeah, we're big buddies. We talk every day. I don't do that. Look, I don't even talk to my best friends that coach in the profession. Michael and I met each other through USA Basketball, and he was going to be there to present Kobe, and I just said, hey, just let him do me as well. And it's just an honor that he would accept and do that for me. I look forward to it. My family looks forward to it. But, yeah, you and I, I get in these discussions all the time with Kramer, LeBron versus Michael. And I just always wink at him and hold up 6 fingers.
That's it.
And I think he realizes the 6 championship.
Absolutely.
When LeBron gets those 6 championships, then come talk to me about who the greatest is.
Amen. That's why she is the queen of basketball and the queen of the show. Coach Kim Mulkey joining us here on the Jordy Culotta Show. Take me back a couple of weeks to the end of your season. I said anytime you put a microphone in front of a highly competitive person like Coach Mulkey is after an emotional loss, you're going to get real feelings from her. Take me back to the end of your season, and I know that your girls fought so hard, and she was definitely clubbed at the end of that game. My God, that was a foul.
I get so distraught to watch athletes get injured in the just right in the main part of a game. I had it happen in 2019. We're playing Notre Dame. We're up 12. Lauren Cox, star post player, goes down, and we hang on and we win that national championship. And the same thing happened in this last game. Dee Dee Richards was our point guard, and she's coming down the floor. We're up 9 or 10 at that point, and she pulls a hamstring, and it changed the whole complexion of the game. And so you have to, as a coach, continue to keep focused and make your players realize, yeah, we can win this thing. Let's go. And we put ourselves in a position, guys, to have a shot to win it. You're down 1 with the ball in your hand, 15 seconds to go, and 2 options, 2 kids, and we couldn't get it to one of them and got it to the second one, and she couldn't get the shot above her head. Yeah. And there's a reason for it, and what do? So you go to the required mandatory press conference. You're very emotional at that time, and this isn't the first time it's happened to me.
Right.
And I wasn't going to give some big fantastic quote, so I just told the reporter, "Did you see it? Well, then write what you saw. You don't need a quote from me. Write what you saw."
LeBron James, everybody around sports was getting into the social aspect of reacting to the end of that game, and it was an incredible college basketball game, but it was terrible with the way that it ended. What's the relationship like with you in the men's program, and how's the celebration been in Waco since Scott Drew's come back with the national championship?
How about those Bears?
Yeah.
I'll tell you what, they've got 2 guys in there that are Louisiana guys. So you're happy for the school. You're happy for their program. You have a connection with a kid from Reserve, a kid from Lake Charles. Just exactly what you think it would be. You're just happy for them because you've been there. You know what it feels like to get that first one. You've watched Scott take over this program 18 years ago when it was on rock bottom, very similar to what we did when we took over 21 years ago. We were on rock bottom, and you're at a place that will allow you time to build it. And, you're not looking over your shoulder every year thinking you're going to get fired if you don't live up to expectations, or should I say live up to what people think the expectations should be. And it's just rewarding to see something good happen to a good person.
Coach, I have to find the professional way to ask you this because you know what you mean to me, and you know that I want you in Louisiana just because you're a Louisiana proud person and you mean so much to the state. I was telling our audience, if you go down to the strawberry cities of our state and you bring your name up, odds are you probably won't pay for a meal down there just because of your status. The LSU women's basketball job is open. I know that you are you are the face of Baylor, not just the athletic program, but really the institution. Does that mean anything to you? And if there was ever a chance for a conversation, would you be open to that?
You know, this profession is crazy, but yet it's rewarding. It's humbling. It's a difficult profession. Look, Louisiana, I've said it to you many times when we talk, will always, always be my home. And I said that when I came here 21 years ago. It doesn't matter where my career takes me. You always go back to your roots. My children were born in North Louisiana. My son played right there at LSU. You know, you always listen. You're always talking to people that are connected one way or the other in your life, my life, through Louisiana. And I just heard this yesterday about Coach Fargus leaving and not coaching. So to answer your question, I've had opportunities to leave Baylor. Timing in one's life is always the reason you make career decisions. Is that a good political answer to give you? I think it's great. Yeah. And speaking of strawberries, man, I wish I had some. Can you overnight me some?
Yes,
There's got to be some hanging around Ponchatoula, Hammond now.
Go ahead. We got strawberry farmers listening, and I guarantee you that we can get them in the mail overnighted
you will have
tonight because you are your name is being discussed widely around our state right now.
Listen, I miss strawberries, and I actually, believe it or not, this morning woke up early and I just thought, God, this is April. This is about the time you eat some good old strawberries, and it's funny that you would mention that.
My goodness, Kim Mulkey is joining us here on the Jordy Culotta Show. How is the Coach? Take me back. I was telling our listeners, and I don't mean to talk about this job because I know that you're the head coach at LSU, but at Baylor, can you just tell me what Simone Augustus meant at the time when she was a recruit? Not what she meant to LSU, but just the size of the recruit she was in your sport, and you've had a chance to coach the alphas of women's college basketball, Brittany Griners of the world. Where was Simone Augustus when she was coming out?
Well, let me give you a little history there. I was at Louisiana Tech when she was at Capitol coming up, and you know, we brought her and her dad there on unofficials and stuff like that. And you know, we realized at that time that she's in the back door of LSU and what she would, you know, do and how she would impact, you know, their program. We didn't stop trying to get her, but realized it was going to be tough to get her at Louisiana Tech. So to just sum up what she's one of the greatest players, period, that's ever happened in women's basketball. Look what impact she had on that program at LSU. I had the opportunity to coach. Our first national championship, guys, was in 2005, and we played them in the semifinals. And they had Sylvia Fowles, they had Tamika Johnson, they had Simone Augustus. I mean, there you had the best player in the country in Simone. You had the best point guard in the country, and you had the best five player in the country on one team. And I don't remember if we were down 19. I don't know what we were down, but we came out in that second half, and I thought, hell, I'm just going to throw a zone at them, and maybe they'll miss a shot or two because this isn't working. And we threw a little 3-2 zone. And if you know anything about my coaching, I'm not a zone coach.
Right.
And we got back in the game, guys, and we beat them. And then we go on the next day to beat the next game to beat Michigan State for the national championship. So I know her history on recruiting her, the impact she had on women's basketball in that state, and then thirdly, how good she was when you had to coach against her.
Coach, last one, I'll get you out of here, and grateful for your time as always. It's great to hear from you. The night that you will experience going into the Hall of Fame is going to be headlined by some of the elite that have ever played the sport in Kobe Bryant, Kevin Garnett, Tim Duncan, Tamika Catchings, Rudy Tomjanovich, yourself, Barbara Stevens is in that class. Do you have any idea what the weight of that night will mean for the sport and how long that will live on? I imagine that there will be video of this night running over 100 years from now when you talk about Michael Jordan speaking about Kobe Bryant or Tim Duncan and Kevin Garnett and you and Barbara Stevens, all of you being in the same room in one night. Do you have an idea what the weight of that will mean for the sport?
Well, there's two more in there that are Eddie Sutton. Oh my gosh, what career he had, and then Mr. Bowman. So there's 9 will be inducted in that class. And I'm not one who takes a video camera and all these cell phones you see pop up. I do good to talk to you on the phone and text message and things like that. I will give my phone to somebody and say, don't miss a minute of it, because it will be unbelievable under the circumstances of COVID, having it delayed, the just horrible thing that happened to Kobe Bryant and the tribute that Michael will do for him. Listen, I'm excited about it. I'm emotional about it, because who in the world would have ever thought that little old Kim Mulkey from Tickfall, Louisiana would be in that class? And it's I get emotional because I'm not sure I deserve it.
Well,
but I'm not going to turn it down. And I look forward to seeing Kramer. He got the Cardinals to let him off when he heard Michael Jordan was going to do the presenting. So I'm emotional about it, because there's no guarantees in this business. You don't know tomorrow what it brings. You don't know. You asked me about the LSU job. Who knows what tomorrow brings? And enjoy the day. Wrap your arms around it, and it's going to be fun. It's going to be fun, guys.
Coach,
amazing!
Congratulations. You absolutely deserve it. And if you talk to people around Ponchatoula and Tickfall, there's a lot of people that thought you would be celebrated, as you will, on that day. So congratulations to you. I love the fact that Kramer can be in the room. I can't imagine what Jordans he'll be wearing that night. I mean, my God, that kid is going to he'll have Michael Jordan and so many selfies that night. And hopefully, I'm not saying anything, but hopefully timing is right, and you will have strawberries in the mail tonight, my man. And you go ahead. You tell all my good little Italian guys, send me strawberries. Y'all know I love my Italian people from my parish in Tangipahoa. They've always taken care of me. And not only will Kramer be in Jordan, I'm sure he'll have my grandson decked out in Jordan. So y'all have a good day. You got me emotional here.
Me
and
too.
Say lots of prayers. Say lots of prayers for my former coach, Leon Barmore, because he needs it right now.
Yes, ma'am.
Y'all take care.
Yes, ma'am.
Thank
Love you,
you.
Coach. Thank you very much. All right. Well, I mean, y'all want to just sign this? You want to just sign this thing off?
Boot up.
Because it don't get any better than that.
Jeez.
She didn't say no. In fact, she came back to say, you know what? Timing is right. LSU, Scott Woodward, if you're listening to that, get on the phone. Make that deal happen. I mean, am I crazy, or is she using that for leverage? She may be using that situation for leverage, where Baylor picks up the phone and says, yo, Kim, what's up? Are you out there putting in the public that the timing might be right? Because if not, get back to the negotiating table. Tell me what you need. And Kim might say, there you go. It worked out. Give me $1 million more. And she's got $1 million more in the bank per season. If it happens that way, God bless her. If not, it really did sound like that was a Louisiana person that was willing to listen to a conversation of bringing her back to run the State University's women's basketball program, and she's going into the Hall of Fame with Kobe Bryant in a month. Scott Woodward, make the deal happen. Make it happen. And Italians, get the strawberries in the mail to Waco. We're back with more Jordy Culotta Show. Relief Health, the only way to get your health care in 2021. In your home or on site, Relief is changing how health care is delivered to you. No more doctor's offices, no more waiting rooms. Download the app today, Relief Health, from the Apple or Google app stores. You can get connected to a local doctor in your community, or just order a test directly without talking to a doctor. Their COVID tests are live, and right now they have the Moderna vaccine. Online at reliefhealth.com, or download the app from your Apple or Google app stores now. Relief Health, changing the way that healthcare is brought to you in 2021. Gearing up for spring and summer down here in South Louisiana, and you want to keep your lawn maintained during these sunny seasons, get in touch with our friend Blake Abear over at Abear's Lawn Maintenance, where he says, you grow it, I mow it. 225-485-8022. 225-485-8022 is where you can find Abear's Lawn and Maintenance, the official lawn and maintenance company of the undisclosed location. Are you self-employed? Then you need to learn about Angel Oak's Home Loans Bank Statement program that they're offering, which makes you eligible as a self-employed borrower to purchase or refinance a home without requiring a tax return. If you want to learn more, get in touch with me. Email me, Jordy at jordyculotta.show.com, to learn about the bank statement loan program offered by Angel Oak. Jordy at jordyculotta.show.com to learn more. Gearing up for spring and summer down here in South Louisiana, and you want to keep your lawn maintained during these sunny seasons, get in touch with our friend Blake Abear over at Abear's Lawn Maintenance, where he says, you grow it, I mow it. 225-485-8022. 225-485-8022 is where you can find Abear's Lawn and Maintenance, the official lawn and maintenance company of the undisclosed location. Welcome back here to the Jordy Culotta Show. It smells like Jazz Fest inside of the undisclosed location, baby. Sounds like it, smells like it, feels like it. Cooking with Lili Confidence. She's got us confident in the kitchen. Lili has been inside of the UDL's kitchen. Come on in.
Come on in.
Nate's here. What up, Nate Dog?
Hey, how's it going, guys?
Good to see you. We had that was
perfect. She knows where the cameras are now.
That was a powerful podcast with Kim Mulkey in our last segment, when we transition into our food segment. Is Lili's going to shake us up a Moscow Mule. You ready for that over there?
Ready.
Katie, you ready for that?
I'm ready, y'all. I'm gonna try it.
Grab a seat, Lil. Yep. Get comfortable.
Yeah, walk up here and like there's like crawfish.
Fridays,
and
Nate.
And it's like, what's the Moscow Mules?
Fridays, Nate.
Yeah.
We are we're expanding our horizon over here.
We might be
at
celebrating a little bit.
we could be celebrating. We might have just brokered a deal for the state. I mean, send us our cut, for God's sakes. Nate, it's great to see you back in South Louisiana, buddy. The hair looks phenomenal.
Oh, thank you. No, I'm growing it back out. Growing it back
I love it. Where are you going? What type of length we going? We going shoulder length here? Just keeping
Not
the
shoulder
swoop?
length, just like whenever it goes long, the curls really swirl up. So we're looking for like 3 curls, and then it'll probably be time for a cut.
Looks great right now,
you
though.
get that TikTok cut. You get the little curls.
I might do that.
front,
I need to get more on my TikTok game. You walk around California, you see like there are like 75-year-old women that you'll see doing TikToks like out on the street.
It's the new It's the new fad, Nate.
It is. I haven't even made my profile yet.
Nate, you good with alcohol before 9 a.m., huh? Absolutely.
No. I'm a Baptist.
Got us all. Look, she was blushing. Katie was like, "Oh shit."
You in the wrong place.
Yeah, right. Speaking of Cali, what's the word? Normal
weather? You mean?
Waves. I mean, you get outside. Everybody kind of experiencing the deal.
Absolutely.
Yeah,
what's going on? What's going on here with these storms? What in the world is that stuff?
We don't know.
I don't remember being woken up every single night.
I don't know. How about a cheers to?
Are you kidding me? Come on there.
I gotta make your
to Kim Mulkey as the next women's basketball coach. Cheers to you, Nate.
hibiscus.
Thanks for having me in, man.
Hibiscus, simple syrup. What else?
Vodka, baby.
Vodka.
Yeah, that's the main one.
Okay, all right.
Kim Mulkey.
Good to see you, Nate.
It's good.
Good to see you, buddy.
Good to see you, man. But no, it's.
I love these glasses. Were definitely not out of the UDL kitchen. You packed these, right? Okay.
Neither was the fresh mint. Right?
Golly, this is fantastic.
The fresh mint was
That's
grown in the
real good.
UDL kitchen.
That is so good.
The
Kim.
UDL.
That's so to Kim Mulkey.
Kim.
To Kim.
To Kim Mulkey.
What's the deal with Kim? What's going on?
We think we just got her to the next LSU head basketball coaching job with the women's team.
Whoa, look at that.
You know what I mean? It's just a Friday morning the Culotta Show, Nate.
No big deal.
What job you looking for? Let us know.
Hey, did you hear about this? Have y'all put it on your show at all? The news that Kevin James is going to be playing
Yes,
Sean
Nate.
Payton?
What's that like out in Hollywood?
I have the response that I've kind of heard is like, who is this guy? Hey, I fit in
Sean
with
Payton
that
or Kevin
crowd.
James?
No, I fit fit in with the crowd in terms of like what coach is this? Is that college football or which one is that? But what is this whole? It's about like Bounty Gate or something.
That's right.
What's the story?
So back in, if you remember, back in the Saints, back in 2012, is it 2012? Peyton and the Saints became kind of like the poster children of the NFL punishing and they found him for running this illegal bounty scheme inside the locker room where players and coaches were paying one another for knockout hits. For if you hit the quarterback and you knock him out of the game, you get $500. If you hit the quarterback and you just knock him down, you get $200 or whatever it was. But there was this scaling system that happens in every locker room. Every single locker room.
But they just got caught.
They got caught, and it looked like Goodell had it out for Peyton because Peyton and Goodell had kind of gotten into a little bit of something 2 years before that over some just some stuff within the Saints facility. And then so when Sean Payton, so the consequence for that, once they got caught, was Sean Payton was suspended for an entire season without pay. And this is in the Saints' prime. Nate. I'm talking about like Drew Brees' 5th or 6th year.
Is this really worthy of like an entire movie? Like,
I don't know that.
It doesn't sound like there's a ton of drama.
I don't know that. But we haven't even gotten to the movie part yet.
Oh, okay.
None of that is the movie.
Yeah, Kevin James not going to be on the sidelines.
No. So the Saints go, I believe they go 8-8. They have a losing season with Sean Payton suspended. And like there's like videos surfacing of Peyton like down in the bin, like down like partying, like, doing some weird stuff. Well, he ends up going and coaching his son's little league football team in Dallas that season. Okay, kind of like a little 8-game run, and then like 5th and 6th grade kids, and they win the title. And the movie, the series, is it a series or a movie?
It's a movie.
It's a movie. Is about that. Is about him coaching the little league team.
Oh, okay, I see what this
the
is
year that he's suspended. So I'm sure James is going to be pretty funny in it.
Yeah, probably.
It's a hell of a PR spin.
Well, I saw his response. Sean Payton's response, like, I don't even care anymore about this. That was like his official response.
Thanks for the promotion, Coach. The movie should be great.
Also, Sean Payton isn't that. Was he ever that big?
No, it might be like it might be doing like the down on his luck thing because like, he's not coaching. Maybe got a little fat, but I think he got real into CrossFit.
He got like weirdly into CrossFit. Right, he became like one of those CrossFit bullies. Yeah, but like
he put it in the locker room.
You know when like you have that friend that gets into CrossFit and they go through that period where they love it and they're trying to sell it to you, but then they become bullies. Like they want you to go do the cross. Peyton brought his CrossFit trainer to the Saints facility and made the Saints do CrossFit.
That's shocking. Everybody got hurt.
And people were like, what? No, man. I mean, people were blowing out their shoulders and knees over this stuff for you to have a six-pack at 50.
No,
Forget it.
I had someone, shout out, Kelbert McFarland, but like he was relentless for like 3 weeks trying to get me to the CrossFit over in Zachary. It's like, dude, this is not.
It's not your vibe.
I'm not doing this. I'm not driving out to Zachary.
It's not your vibe.
It'll change your life, man. It'll change your life.
I don't think
Look at my shoulders, bro. Look at my shoulders from the broad view. Like
they're both in slings.
Well, because they're out there flipping tires out and stuff.
Something
you're training for the SEALs.
Nathan, the theater discussion got life again a couple of weeks ago with Godzilla versus.
Last week we were talking about that. No, I think it's coming back, and nationally, I think it's definitely coming back. And Lloyd, I don't know if you have the picture that I sent you.
I do.
But let me know if you guys recognize this image. It's of the Cinema Dome. It's the theater in Los Angeles. It's got the giant white dome over it. You've definitely seen it in movies for sure.
Okay.
But it's a landmark of Los Angeles, and they announced last week that theater and the 300 other theaters associated with it in California shutting down for good. They're done, not coming back.
Wow.
No, and the response, it is sad. The response in California is more of, this is sad, which it is, but like I'm surprised how there's no anger about it. Like it's very clear.
So expected.
Yeah, it's expected. Yeah. It's expected. See, I don't know if you recognize that theater.
Absolutely.
It's gone.
Yes.
It's gone now.
I mean, and that's in a lot of movies.
Oh yeah. No, it's a cultural landmark of Los Angeles, and it along with 300 others are gone. And
bummer.
I think that we're probably going to see a few more industries like that start closing up. I mean, I'm sure they might come back, but I don't know. It's not a good feeling.
Did you expect to see it in California first? I thought that the wave would have crashed in California. I thought that you would have seen cinemas kind of closing throughout the country and then kind of finally happening in California.
I don't. Yeah, I mean, no, I agree with that as well. And I don't know if there were like some not so great business dealings going on that related to this as well.
Right.
But I mean, around the country, people are going back to the theaters. Like I was just in New York City, and like theaters were packed out the way that they were, as much that they're able to be.
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah, you'd expect New York City maybe would still have more stringent regulations than California. But no, people just aren't opening up the theaters.
What about Broadway theaters? Are those?
Those, I think they just opened up like one show, and I think they're doing it as a test. And I think June, like mid-June, is the date they're trying to get back.
Come back.
And
I think so.
The Staples Center is just starting to let people in, so that's got to be a good sign for Los Angeles.
Yes.
Yeah. No. And I really hope that things open up more. I hope that things come back to life more. This is just, you don't want to see this.
I mean, I hate this. Might be too early, but it feels like it's over.
They're calling a shot.
I mean, like, it's been a good morning. You know what I mean? Like, we got a women's basketball coach. Mulkey's coming home. COVID's done, right? I mean, it's over.
Mulkey's in.
You heard it here first. I mean, but doesn't it feel like it? I mean,
oh yeah, it's starting to feel like
Yeah.
it. We all just got to wear like our badges of what vaccines we got and everything, so that we're allowed into where we have to go.
It's like a Seinfeld episode.
Life does kind of feel like a Seinfeld episode right now a little bit. That's funny.
what's going on in the 5-minute critic?
This week nothing new this week, but we got some big stuff that we're working on that's coming up next week. Really, we're preparing for the Oscars. Going to have some stuff coming out, a few live streams for the Oscars. I think if people can, watch Sound of Metal, because I think that's probably going to be a big surprise.
Yeah, you talked about that before.
Did you see Sound of Metal?
Yes.
Good, right?
Good.
Really, really, really good. Incredible. Like the way that they get into the headspace of someone who's going through hearing loss, essentially.
Nice.
It's bizarre, but it works.
I haven't seen it yet. I gotta
Really,
watch it.
really, really
Very
good.
good ending too.
The ending's incredible.
Yes.
It's not there's not a twist. It's not something that it's just a solidly told story with an ending that is like totally
Ties
true to
it
the
all
character.
together. It's a very good bow.
Oh yeah.
You watching anything good right now? Anything on any series? Anything on?
We're about to start Succession.
Okay.
We haven't started yet. We
Okay.
haven't started
Okay.
yet.
And this is kind of the answer to Billionaire from
Which
HBO.
I know you were into that. I never
Yes,
saw Billionaire either.
Billions. Yes.
Yeah.
I didn't finish it, but I got through about 3 seasons.
If you watch the first scenes of Billions, you will watch the first
It'll grip you.
season.
It'll grip you.
My God.
It'll grip
Really?
you. It's got that opening
Very
grip
cool.
scene. Yes. But Succession, I believe, was the answer to that.
Okay.
Of one.
It's better.
Is it?
Really?
Okay.
Yes.
Well, who is in Billions? Is that Paul Giamatti?
It was Paul Giamatti, and then who was on? Who was
The
on?
red-haired man
The
that
red-
was in the military movie with the girl that cries.
Homeland.
Thank
Yes.
you. The girl that cries
Homeland.
all the
Okay.
time.
And he's an
Homeland.
He's an English actor.
Okay.
But his acting is incredible. I mean, it took me doing research, or I believe finding like a document or a biography on him on television to find out that he was from the UK because of his accent almost was incredible. Who are we thinking of? What is his name? Because he's everywhere.
I know the face,
know
but
him
I
as
have
an
no
actor. I
idea
don't
what
know
this
if
name
that's
is.
how-
I got it.
Is that how you'd want to be as an actor? Would you want to be just known by your characters and not your actual name?
Maybe so.
is
Well,
that a
who is
testament?
Daniel Day-Lewis is the weird one like that. You put all his like characters
Damian
side
Lewis.
by side. Oh, Daniel Day-Lewis, Damian Lewis. There you go.
Damian
But, no, I
Damian
mean,
Lewis plays offensive tackle or guard.
Yeah, he does. He does.
What-
But he's,
what a-
he's also a lead actor.
Yeah.
But what about Daniel Day-Lewis?
I mean, he's one of those people. Like you put all his characters side by side, they almost don't even look like the same person. Like if you were to put Gangs of New York right by like There Will Be Blood, it looks like a totally
Or
different
My Left
person.
Foot.
There you go. Exactly.
Business trip home or visiting?
Yeah, it's a business trip which we took advantage of, turned it personal. Doing some. I'm filming a concert tonight at the Tiger Band Hall.
Nice.
Oh,
Yeah.
cool.
Nick?
No, not Nick. It's more of an original composition.
I didn't think that place was open without him. It's great to see you, buddy.
Good to see
it's
you,
great
man.
to see
Thanks
you.
for having me.
Hang out. I
Yeah.
mean, we could shut this thing down. I mean, this.
We need a crawfish bread.
We do need crawfish
yeah,
bread.
we need
Yes,
the
yes, yes.
description of
So
that.
tell me about the
Serve us
crawfish
the
bread.
bread.
Slide out of there, Nate.
Oh,
Switch,
yeah.
switch with Lily, so we can get a little bit of a
whole
recipe.
get the whole
And
angle,
see how
right?
we got to the crawfish bread. Hang out though, buddy. Don't go anywhere. Yeah.
Yeah, y'all are all on the
Yeah,
show.
sit down. He can get the whole shot.
Tell us about the crawfish bread because it smells like you said you wanted us to think Jazz
I
Fest.
want you to think Jazz.
Well, it
Fest.
smells like
We're
Jazz
thinking
Fest.
Jazz Fest.
All right,
And it feels like Jazz. This is usually the weekend that Jazz Fest is. This feels like second weekend Jazz Fest.
Well, the weather is perfect for Jazz Fest.
It is.
Absolutely
Stormy.
just shits
Exactly.
on you anytime you go
Woodstock.
out there. Dave Matthews Band just gets covered in rain and he looks
Yep.
sexy.
That's right. That's right. All right, Lily, what are we about to eat here?
So we have sautéed crawfish, your Trinity. We got cream cheese. We have 3 kinds of cheeses. Bake it till it melts. top it with some chives.
All right. Are we ready to taste this?
Yeah.
I think
I mean, I've already got a little buzz working
I'm
here
over here
Friday
drinking
before
it.
9.
Yeah.
Holding
I
it
mean,
back.
yeah.
Angel, look, let your boy work from home.
You better. You know what I mean?
And then you take it like a ski shot where you're all going at once.
Lily, I'm telling them cooking
Kitchen confidence.
kitchen confidence with Lily.
I'm gonna throw something on. A little
Yes.
graphic up
Yeah, put
for
a
you.
graphic up there for him,
Lily, that's
for
so
Lizzie.
good.
It's
God,
so
this
good.
smells
So
incredible.
good.
You have a napkin.
Oh, what a bite! A little
Yeah.
ASMR.
Nice little crunch.
I know.
A little ASMR for the people at home that are into that sort of thing.
Do you hear the crunch?
Yeah.
You can hear the
You got to
crunch.
give it a score, dude. 1 through 10.
Solid 8.5, bro.
Oh, 8.5.
Solid.
Sticks the landing.
And maybe undervalued at 8.5.
Oh,
You know what I mean? I love the crunch in the background that's playing through the.
Is
through
that
the
me?
That's
I'm
you.
just eating
It's
right
all good. It's all
in
good.
there.
It's all good.
Just right in there.
Good.
Man.
So we can get the recipe.
Every
on the
Friday, Lily,
website.
let's do this. Don't worry about everybody else. We want Lily here every Friday,
With the vodka.
please. The Moscow
So-
Mules were great.
Website,
Website again.
KitchenConfidenceWithLily.com.
and that's where you can find.
You
these
can find
recipes.
recipes. You can find Booker for your personal home visits. I don't know what she does over there, but I'm sure it makes everybody happy.
Patrick Kimmery, nice crunching in the mic. I'm telling you, we need that cut up.
Yeah,
We need that cut up. That's a good one.
we'll get a crunch for, and you can review.
I can't stop.
This looks like
Fantastic
something-
crunch.
Looks like something we'll be doing for every Friday so far. So 8.5, strong score out the gate.
Carl Dunn, give the address to the UDL. We're hungry. Never, Carl. Never. To Kim Mulkey again. Boys, ladies, gents, what a Friday.
Gangsters, pimps.
What a Friday. I
Lily
mean,
and
Nathan, it is great to see you, buddy. Hair looks fantastic. Welcome back home. To Kim Mulkey and Strawberries. We'll see you Monday morning.
Out.